You're watching the Weiss channel. Da, 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 da. Today we're working with percents, okay? Look at this big wordy problem, okay? A survey asked a group of adults and youths if they prefer reading books printed on paper or electronic books. Then there's going to be a table. It says what percent of the youth surveyed prefer reading electronic books. Round your answer to the nearest whole number percent. So, youths, we're going to use only youths. We're going to forget about this row of adults. What percent of youths prefer electronic? Well, if you add 33 plus 36, that gives you 69. And 36 like the electronic better. So 36 out of 69. On a calculator, you do 36 divided by 69, you get this decimal. But it says nearest whole number percent. So you move the decimal 2 places, 52%. If this one were a 5 or bigger, it would be 53%. Okay? A random sample of students were surveyed as to how much non-school screen time they had each week and if their grade was above or below 80. What percent of students who spend 12 plus hours per week on screens reported a grade above 80 to the nearest whole percent? So we're only going to use the 12 plus hours line here. I add the 10 and 17 together. That gives me the total number of 12 plus hour students. That's 27. 10 reported above an 80.
May I have your attention? Just a
So
brief
the answer
announcement.
is
There
10
will
divided
be,
by 27.
breakfast in the cafeteria
So
today, so there will be second chance breakfast in the cafeteria today.
37% is the nearest whole percent. Okay. A random sample of students was surveyed and asked to list their grade level and whether or not they have a pet. Okay. What percent of the 7th graders don't have a pet? To the nearest 10th of a percent. Okay, so we're only going to look at 7th graders. 12 plus 28 is 40. The number that don't have a pet is 28. So 28 out of 40 is 0.7 or 70%. You could put 70.0 if you want, and that's to the nearest 10th of a percent. But 70 is the same thing, okay? A survey asked a random sample of students if they estimated that they spend more or less than an hour per day on social media. What percent of 8th graders estimated they spend less than an hour on social media? Okay, so we just take the 8th graders. 28 plus 30 is 58. So less than an hour is 30. 30 divided by 58 is 50.517. Notice the 7 is going to make the 1 round to a 2. 52%. Xavion recorded the grade level and instrument of everyone in the middle school School of Rock below. What percent of 6th graders in the School of Rock play bass? Round your answer to the nearest 10th. Okay, so you add all of the 6th graders together. If you add 14 plus 16 plus 15 plus 15, you get 60. 16 of those play bass. 16 divided by 60 is 26.6666%. What says to the nearest 10th will be 26.7%. Random sample of students was surveyed and asked to list their grade level and what movie type they prefer. Okay. What percent of 8th graders prefer comedies? Round to the nearest 10th. Okay. 8th graders, if you add 18 plus 20 plus 19, you get 57. There are 20 of those that like comedy. 20 divided by 57 is 0.35087719. To the nearest tenth, that 0 there after the 5 is going to round to a 1 because of the 8. So 35.1%. You've been watching the Weiss channel.